My name is Catherine Taylor, and I'm a licensed addictions counselor and a marriage and family therapist, and I've been in the field of recovery since 1985. Since that time, I have seen thousands of individual clients and hundreds of families. And the one thing that continues to plague people, not only in recovery, but in attaining any of their goals, is their addictive and compulsive behavior. And they keep getting derailed from being able to succeed. And so I am very passionate about introducing the recovering community to this new technique that I have now interfaced with my expertise, which is addictions, recovery, family therapy, and specifically the inner child work. I authored the Inner Child Workbook in 1991, and since then that has basically been the context of my work. The reason is that almost everything that we do originates with false beliefs that we developed in childhood. But we can't always start there. We can't deal with our childhood beliefs until we have a very, very empowered adult self, a recovering adult self, a functioning adult self, to begin to respond to those inner child needs in a brand new way. So what I'm going to be bringing to you in this series is the interfacing of a new modality called energy therapy. It's based on the ancient wisdom of Chinese acupuncture, where they use either the pressure or the needles to impact the energy system of the body. With energy therapy, we are simply using our fingertips. We don't use needles. We use our fingertips to stimulate the different meridian points. And what that does is it takes whatever we're focusing on in that moment, whatever we're giving voice to, whatever we're stating, and it neutralizes it. It just takes some fear or some craving or some sabotage, and if we're giving voice to it, while we're tapping, it simply unties the knot of that tension, of what's called an energetic disturbance. Now, energy therapy was most popularized by Gary Craig, who developed what's called emotional freedom techniques. You will commonly hear of it referred to as EFT. There's a very wonderful 7-minute video that gives a beautiful introduction to energy therapy and EFT. His passion was to get this modality into every household in the world. My passion is to get this modality into every treatment center in the world, into every self-help group in the world, into every life of anybody who's struggling with an addiction or compulsion. Because it works, because it's self-administered, because it is self-empowering. In this series, I'm going to be introducing this modality into 12 different challenges that derail a person when they first get into recovery. Now, I have already developed a 30-day program, and what that involves is an email that is sent to an individual when they sign up for this program, and it's an 8 to 10 minute video, just like this one. And I take challenges to recovery. The first week I deal with the issue of safety. How do you feel safe when you give up your chemical, or when you begin to confront your codependency, or some sort of behavior like gambling or shopping? How do you feel safe when you're not acting out? How do you regain trust? How do you regain faith? How do you deal with the addict within you that wants to sabotage and talk you back into going out? How do you deal with the biochemical impairment? Huge piece of being successful. How do you develop new coping mechanisms? Over the 30 days, the adult self is given an array of techniques to begin to really arrest the addictive or compulsive behavior and to take on the addict. There's one that deals with the ambivalence. There's one that deals with the polarization, the power struggle between the recovering self and the addict. So that program is already in motion and it's available. This series is responding to those initial resistances that either keep people out of recovery or add to the failure rate of recovery, and can be used to get over that initial hump. Now, one of the things that I feel very strongly about is that there are so many components to recovery, and all of those components seem to be vying for attention, and every one of them takes the attitude that their way is the way. Self-help groups are in competition with biochemical impairment. Treatment centers are not embracing the biochemical piece like they should be. Now that's changing more and more. The therapy world, if they're not educated in addiction, do more damage than good. Even this modality, if people in the energy tapping world are not really keen to what addictions are all about, then they're making claims that a cocaine addiction can be resolved in a 20-second session of this. Now, what they're leaving out is everything that went on before, whether that's a cross addiction, and everything that follows after that. They may get rid of the craving for codependency, and they may neutralize that, but I would want to see, where did that craving go? Now how is that person acting out? Because recovery is about changing a lifestyle. It's not about dealing with one symptom and neutralizing that. It's really about developing a new lifestyle. It's not just abstaining. It's not just being sober. One of the videos that I'm going to do is the difference between being sober and white-knuckling it and really committing to recovery. So each one of these videos is going to address one of these concerns and then offer a tapping sequence that begins to resolve that. Again, I'm very excited to bring this to you. I can be reached at the website that is posted below, and anything I can do to be of service, please contact me and let me know. Thank you.